Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. Welcome back to EnglishClass101.com's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between active voice and passive voice. In this lesson I want to explain a few ways that I think can help you decide how to choose between active voice or passive voice. This will be hopefully useful for your speaking and for your writing skills. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the active voice. English uses a lot of sentences in the active voice. We like to use active voice a lot in speech and in writing. So, we use active voice when we want to place emphasis on the subject, like the person or the thing that is doing an action or causing an action. So the emphasis here is on the subject. We know the subject of the sentence in the case of the active voice, and we want to emphasize that. The person who is doing an action, for example. You want to emphasize that, you know who is doing the action, use the active voice. So an example could be, a thief stole my bag. In this situation, we know a thief stole my bag. Here, the simple past tense is used, and we have my bag as the object here. So everything is clear, everything is known in this sentence. I'm going to talk about a different style, a different way to explain this sentence in just a moment, but we can use the active voice to explain a situation like this. Another example. My coworker deleted an important file. So here's another situation. We know who did the action, my coworker in this case. Simple past tense, deleted here, shows the action that happened, the action that occurred, and what was deleted, an important file here. So again, I'm going to talk about a different way to explain this sentence in just a moment. But these are a couple ways we can use active tense, or active voice rather, when all the information is known. Some more simple sentences. I ate dinner. Again, the subject, the verb, and what was being eaten here in this case. I ate dinner. Very simple sentence. Here, he took me to a movie. So we know the subject, the action, who is receiving the action. In this case, it's me. Here, she made dinner. Again, very, very simple sentences. We can make simple sentences in just 3 words, for example, with the active voice. It's very, very easy to use active voice. We just need to know the subject, what they did, and who received the effect, or who that action occurred to put it in a strange way. So we can use active voice to explain a lot of things in a very, very short way, but sometimes active voice is maybe not the best choice. So let's take a look at passive voice and see if we can compare a few things here. When we talk in the passive voice, or when we write in the passive voice, we do it because we want to place emphasis on the object of an action, something which is receiving the action. We want to place the emphasis on that, or we use it when the subject is unknown or unimportant. So, to give a few examples, let's look here. My bag was stolen. Here, my bag, this is the thing that an action has occurred to. So you can think of it like the bag is the one, or is the object that is receiving the action here. My bag was stolen. My bag was stolen. So we have to use a different grammar to explain in passive voice. So the difference here, my bag was stolen, the difference between this sentence and a thief stole my bag is that we don't have a clear doer of the action. We're not talking about specifically who stole my bag, but rather the important point here is that my bag was stolen. It doesn't matter who, or we don't know who stole the bag, but I want to emphasize this situation. In this case, passive voice is much, much better than active voice because I don't know the subject perhaps. Let's look at one more example. An important file got deleted. So here you'll see got. We use got a lot, this past tense got, or rather past participle got, in passive voice a lot. It gives kind of more of a nuance of something negative occurring. It gives sort of the feeling that a negative outcome has happened as a result of this situation. So you might see got deleted, or got plus the verb in this case. So here I've used got deleted. I'll show you one more in just a second. So here, an important file got deleted. Let's compare this to the active voice. My coworker deleted an important file. In the active voice, I know who deleted the file. My coworker deleted the file. In the passive voice, however, I don't mention my coworker. So maybe I don't know who deleted the file. I don't know who completed the action, who did the action. So I can drop that name. I can drop my coworker. I can drop the name of the person who did the action. I want to emphasize the situation, the file, the important file got deleted. That's what I want to emphasize. In this case, I should use the passive voice. This sounds much, much better if I want to emphasize the important file. If, however, I want to emphasize my coworker, for example, I'm angry with my coworker, I could say, my coworker deleted an important file. In this case, the emphasis is my coworker. In this sentence, the important file is the emphasis. So this is a really key point between the difference between active and passive forms. Okay, let's look at a few more examples. So next one, your lunch got eaten. So again, I've used this got here, yeah? I've used got plus eaten, the past participle form of the verb. So as I talked about in this sentence, got deleted, we use got to show kind of a negative outcome, something we didn't want to happen necessarily. This is very common in passive voice. So your lunch got eaten. By whom? We don't know. Somebody ate this person's lunch, but we don't know who did the action. So we can omit that person and we can simply emphasize your lunch here. This is the focus of the sentence. Your lunch got eaten. Okay, let's take a look at one more sentence. Their window was broken. Their window was broken. We don't know how the window was broken. Maybe it was a person, maybe it was a burglar, maybe it was bad weather, maybe just a strange accident. We don't know how or who broke the window, so we can omit, we can remove any identifying information about who or what completed the action. Instead, we focus on the window. Their window was broken. This is the focus of this sentence. Finally, let's look at one more. Flowers were delivered to the office. In this sentence, we don't know where the flowers came from, who ordered the flowers. We don't know any information about the situation, but we simply want to report something we saw at the office, for example. We can use the passive tense to do that. Flowers were delivered to the office. So in each of these sentences, we don't know, or it's not important who did the action or what did the action, but we want to emphasize the object of the action. We want to emphasize the person or the item receiving the action in this case. In active voice, however, we want to emphasize the person doing the action or the thing doing the action. So please keep this in mind when you're trying to choose between active voice and passive voice. If it's a known subject, or if you want to emphasize that subject more strongly than the item receiving that action, use the active voice. If you don't know the subject, or if you want to emphasize the object of the action, use the passive voice. I hope that those were a few good points. I hope that those were a few helpful ways to help you remember how to use active voice and passive voice. But if you have any questions or comments, let us know in the comment section, or try to make a few sentences if you like. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel too if you haven't already. Check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff as well. Thanks very much for watching this episode, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!